Hi everybody, how's it going? I'm Jack Devine. Welcome back to another episode of Jacksnax. Today we're going to walk through the solo at the end of Sugar Magnolia. I've always referred to it as the Sunshine Daydream Jam. Stay tuned. That's the lick we're shooting for. So here we go. We got to wait for the loop to come around. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So I start on an upstroke. Up, down, right? So then, that's our opening lick. The second lick picks up on the back half of the loop here, so I'll put it in context by playing along with it, okay? 1, 2, 3. All right, so that's pretty much it. So we're sliding up with our middle finger on the G string up to the 8th fret. Then quickly we play, so that's 7, 9 on B, and then back to 8 on G, and then chromatically come up again from the 5th to the 6th interval of the B chord. So it kind of forms this little circle and then comes again, but chromatically stops here, okay? Then we go to the high E string, 7th fret and 9th fret. Reach our middle finger over and grab the G sharp note again. Okay, that's at the 9th fret. So that's root, C sharp, back to 6 and back to root. Okay, so. So this next line relies heavily on some sequences, and again is straight out of the B major pentatonic stuff. We're mixing a little flat 3 in there to give it a little sass, okay? So we've got that's the whole line. So if you bear in mind where we were, we came out of let's check that sucker out. Index finger, 4th fret D string, F sharp note, little rake. Okay, then we pull back from the 6th fret A string, 6, 4, 2. Intervallically, that's 3, 2, 1. Okay. Okay. 6, 5, 1. 6, 5, 1, 6, 5, flat 3. 3, flat 3, 2, 1. So that's an open E. And then we kind of sloppy slide. Come and land on the 1, on the 1. Okay, and that's going to we end on that, and the next phrase begins right with that note. But we'll get to that in a second, okay? First things first, okay? So the lick doesn't start on the downbeat. It starts on 1, da, ba, la, boom. So it'd be. Okay? Okay, so 1. So let's take a look at that. Okay, we're coming in on that B note is our downbeat. Okay, and we're kind of coming out of that gurgly. Okay, and that's kind of standing for. Okay. Okay, so. Okay, then we're going to take a more traditional approach here, start on that C sharp and go up chromatically 3 notes, and then do the same thing on the D string. Okay, so. Then like that. So what's happening there, okay? I'm doing another downstroke after that downstroke on this C sharp note. So that's kind of climbing up from. That way we kind of make the change into the E chord when we do. Okay, so. So let's unpack that. We're going to slide up with our middle finger, okay? The 13th fret D string. Then we're going to go 11 G and then 13 G. Then back to 13 D and then chromatically from 11 to 13 on the G string again, using our middle finger for the last 2 notes. That's a lot to listen to. Let me show you. That's it. Start with the middle finger, okay? Remember, we were bent here. Okay, we used the middle finger twice here at the end. Okay, I'm a New Yorker. I use the middle finger a lot. Okay, we come up here and grab that G sharp note, okay, with our middle finger. Then we start through with like a sequence, you know, of 4s. So, that's the line, okay? So up. Back to that G sharp. Last little sequence, I do a little position shift and jump. Okay, let's talk about that. Don't forget, we just come up from, right? We had just tagged. Okay, so we're in this position and we're just going to go right back. That's an upstroke. And you really want to make sure you're getting all of them, not just, you know, some half-assed kind of almost pull off. You want all 4 of them included. Okay, so then we're going to pivot to the B string after we get to this E flat, okay, or D sharp, like that. That's a C sharp note. You could use the B as well. I think I prefer it. Versus, I forget we're over the B. That's cool too. It's just kind of ambiguous. That's what I wish I had played. That's what I did play. Okay. Then we rotate our hand and do 3 upstrokes. Okay, and that's again B arpeggio. Okay, it's just a little triad. All right, I don't get all the way to the B there. I think I do. So just down and back up the arpeggio. So here we are in this position to get the third of our F sharp chord right as it's going. So that's, you know, it's kind of sounds like a touch of gray lick. Something like that. So 1, 2, 3, and okay. Just happened to flatten out there one day and realize, oh, that actually sounds really nice because the F sharp happens to be there. So don't forget, we want to hit that when the B chord does that little sus move, that when it does the E, that's when you go, okay? So then we kind of do one of these sequency things where we come back, baba-doo-doo, baba-doo-boo. Lots of implying the note, but not necessarily playing it. See how we're leaving out some of those notes? You don't have to play them to be understood. It's kind of like slang or slurring a word or something. Okay, but if you must. So this next series of licks is kind of working out of this major pentatonic, what we call the BB box. So B is anchored off of the index finger here, and I'm sure everybody has a grab bag full of licks. That's basically what's happening, is we're pivoting back and forth between the root and the six, okay? I slide up on the chord, the third of the chord, okay? Then quickly pivot to this position, okay? So the middle finger now just is going to be, you know, clocking the G string at the 13th fret mostly for that G sharp note, okay? And now we're going to be that kind of thing, okay? There's some harmonics and a lot of rhythm out of the right hand, okay? And that's what makes this kind of stuff so hard to teach, because it's just kind of innate, okay? So we slide up into the third of the F sharp chord and then skip the B string and go straight to the octave up here. And you want to make sure you get a good snap on that high E string, okay? Okay, I think I maybe get a little harmonic can send off into the reverbs, and it sounds really pretty. Then we come back for another round of the same kind of concepts, except this one we're going to be doing more bends and less going in this direction and more in this direction. Okay, so we're going to be involving the high E string more. So we start out here going, okay, nice vibrato from 2 to 3. Okay, that's the major third. Okay, and I'm in what I would consider to be my favorite, you know, that's my favorite bend for sure, is all three guys supporting. And then I have to let go with my index finger to grab this E string. So I'm going to start out on the 5 of the B. Tag the E twice, I think. Okay, and here's a chance to do one of these kind of this climbing idea that we did down here. It's the same idea. for this next series of licks, we're going to migrate up to the E and B strings rather than the B and G strings. Okay, we were here. Now we're going to be really going to be milking this for all it's worth. And frankly, you could loop this a few more times if you wanted to. Okay, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. And this is, you know, kind of where we're, rather than playing inside the groove, okay, and hitting the kicks, the dun, 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 we're going to play over top of it. We're going to kind of soar over top of the band. And hopefully the band actually, which obviously this 2-bar loop is sort of lame, but like a real band would pick up on this moment and build behind you. And that's the idea. And you can do this, you know, 4, 5, 6 times. Nobody's going to complain if you're doing that while the whole band starts to raise the dynamics behind you. And then you're going to need to have an exit strategy. So the exit strategy is... Okay, so basically what I have on my recording is just like an indicator to cover this topic, okay? It's not necessarily how I would do it if I was playing with a band, but you know, I can't really do that lick over and over again to a static loop and have it be entertaining for you folks. Break into the next chunk of stuff. Okay, so okay, that's this next lick. Okay, some high up the next stuff for sure. Okay, so we just finished playing this. By the way, I believe I was teaching you with the pinky. You can use the ring finger too. I know I did. I went back and saw some footage just a second ago, and sure enough, there it is, the ring finger. Okay. Then all 4 up, and we're going to pull back. Very typical for me, okay? So that's an upstroke. Same little line I think we did here. So same thing, right? So anyway, it sounds a little different up here though. It's a little thicker, a little syrupy, right? So we've got that triplet run at the end that you have to kind of set up. So that takes a little doing. So if we do... Okay, and I'm using an economy stroke to help me with that speedy little run. Okay. Between the G and the B string, I'm doing 2 downstrokes. That's almost chromatic, okay? So I'm skipping the C natural. Okay, so 1, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, bend. So when we do this high E string, it's down, up, bend up. A lot of drama, okay? So if we're doing... That's it. So pull off. So again with that pull off pivot thing. F sharp chord, and E chord, and then we're up here on the E and we resolve back into our B chord. So So after all that single note stuff, let's take the energy one step further by including multiple strings. This is the power of rhythm guitar. It's just an amazing part of our instrument, right? That we can do all this crazy gymnastics, but at the same time, nothing's more effective than playing just chords sometimes to really move people, okay? So this is a great like final statement to your solo. So you come up here to the 14th fret and you play these B chord. That's a quick little E chord grab. Okay, you're just kind of putting the 6 and the 4 of the B chord down, and it forms a little E chord real fast. So that kind of vibe, but up here. Then back to F sharp. Okay, and that's it. Other than I do this one little thing sometimes where I'll go. Certainly have never done that. It's just a funny thing to do to kind of rework the Bob Weir's octave guitar line from Scarlet Begonias into the end of Sugar Magnolia. So that's an octave. Then we do another octave there rather than here and here, which is what's on the actual Scarlet Begonias track. So grab F sharp, put the 5 in the bass. That's just letting the index finger wrap around onto the E string and hit them all. And then come in with the side of your graphite pick and give it a little shimmer. And that's it. So that's going to wrap up another episode of Jacksnax. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you like what you see, please subscribe, okay? Take care of yourselves, everybody. Bye-bye.